Hi again, Jude Kessel here. I'm going to walk you through our portfolio template because the portfolio template is going to be used for your artifacts from now on and for your toolkit share from now on. So I'm going to be sharing a Google Doc with you using a tool called Doctopus, and that is only because Concordia doesn't have Google at the moment, so I'm not able to use Google Classroom for those of you that are familiar. So you are going to be emailed a document that I have covered in another video, and the name of it will be your first name, your last name, and portfolio template. And then once you find it, this is how it looks. So you'll open this. You're going to come down here and change the name, keep the font the same. Put in the course, the academic term, and the dates. And then we have a table of contents, and these are linked. So this won't be a big deal for week 1 or artifact 1, but when we get down to 4 and 5, it will save us some time because you'll be able to click on the link and jump to that part of the document because it's going to get rather lengthy. But we have Artifact 1, which is going to be the second part of your assignment, but we also have Week 1 Toolkit. So you're going to put in the name of the tool, put in a link to the tool, and then if you can, find 1 or 2 video resources. So you can search YouTube, or sometimes the website or tool that you have found have tutorial videos. A paragraph about what it is and what it does, and then how you might be able to use this in your tool to meet a particular standard. So you don't create an artifact for this, you're just sharing. And then for your portfolio artifact, you're going to go in a much more depth. So you're going to replace anything that's in yellow. Here you're going to replace with your own information. So if I'm going to title Bunsey, and then if you could, you would please remove the highlights so that it's no longer highlighted. So that highlighting is to help you remember what you're actually doing, so you can delete this, and then if you start typing, you know, it's in yellow, so you're going to have to come up here to the text, highlight, and click none. Whoops, helps if I have it highlighted, and then none. And then the technology is needed, so you might want to be using a smart board, and then you're going to need computers, and etc., etc., etc. Terms of service. This is very important for you to check because some of them, like Voki, is one that does not allow students under the age of 13. So when you go to a website, typically when you go to the very bottom to the About info, you will find the information that you need. So do not share an artifact that is not going to be something you can use with the students that you're planning to work with. So for example, Voki would not be appropriate for students probably 6th grade and younger unless you get parental permission and all that kind of stuff. So you're going to want to make sure you do the terms of service. Your first artifact is covering standard 1, so make sure that what you're creating is really aimed at supporting standard 1. How is the tool or resource that you're going to talk about or create going to support student learning, student creativity, and or innovation? And then this is the information from ISTE, so you don't have to type that over again. So how you would use it, how it is directly, so spell it out very clearly. This is going to support standard 1 because. And then directions for students. So you might say students would go to Google Classroom if you have that. Otherwise, it could be something like students will go to my web page, they will click on this link, they will do step 1, step 2, step 3. Directions for the instructor means what do you have to do as the instructor. So if you're setting up a blog, you may be using Google Sites as a blog, so you would give some directions, and notice it's brief. It doesn't have to be every tiny little detail, but it could be a list of steps so that if someone in this course wants to do this, this will help them. This is also something you can share with other people going on right now in your classes. How will students be assessed? Include a rubric. So there are rubric generators out there, or if you have a list of points of expectations. Please do not say something about, I will see if the students like this or not. That is not an official assessment. So you need to have some results, like maybe this tool helped my students improve their vocabulary. I noticed an increase, that kind of thing. So it could be a test. That kind of connected to this part, how will you evaluate if this worked well for your students? Certainly observing their reactions to it, but we really want to dig deeper than, you know, my kids liked playing this game. You want to know if that is actually helping them learn. You will need to create a screencast. That's why you had to practice in week 2. And once you post your screencast, what is your artifact? How did you do? Keep it short. We're looking for about 5 minutes. So really work at that, keeping it short. And then include the links. So you'll put the link to the screencast. And then for your artifact, if it is required, to have a password or a login. So let's say you did create a Voki. If you're not able to make it public, then you need to make a password and login and share it so that I, as the instructor, can see what you've done and check it out and respond to you. I will later this week go over how this will be assessed. There is the rubric for the technology here, and you will find the rubric for the portfolio in the course. So if you have any questions, please email me. So I almost forgot to show you how to get the link to share the document in the discussion board. So at the top, you can see this is the link, but that is really long and very not pretty. So I'm going to copy it. There's a couple ways you can shorten it. One is an extension. This is the Google URL shortener extension. This is the easiest. To get the extension, you have to go to the Chrome store. I'll show you that in a second. But how it works is this way. So I can click on it, and it gives me this shortened URL. So I copy that, and that is what I would paste into the discussion board for people to click on. The other way is, again, copy that. And you can go to several URL shorteners. One is tinyurl.com. And you can paste it in there to get a shortened URL. So you just paste it in there and make a tiny URL. Another short one is bit.ly. That's another URL shortener. There's a ton of them out there. So you just paste it, shorten it, copy it, and that's what you post in the discussion board. Now, as to how to get this Google extension, you're going to go to the Chrome store. You can either type it in or go to apps if you're using the Chrome browser. It's already on extensions, so I'm going to type in Google Shortener. And here it is. And over here it would say add to Chrome. You click add to Chrome, it's going to be up here. So anytime you want to shorten a URL, bing, bada, boom, it's right there. Okay, now I think I'm done. Bye.